Okay. I have a lot to talk about. You might have noticed I hadn't done, or maybe you don't care, but if you're watching this, you might be someone who watches my videos and noticed that in the last week I hadn't been doing as many of the daily videos. I had said they were going to be daily. And then an insight had happened for a while that said, wait till an insight comes up. Don't just try to force one every day because I don't want to water down. Because one of the things that's happening as I'm meditating is I'm just going into different worlds now. Like if I after I'm meditating 2 hours a day, and I used to be able to make videos and say like the breakthrough I had and be like, when you meditate and you get in the zone, like the stuff comes to you because you're a space to receive it, and that's true. But now I'm like so far in that I'm just like the videos that I'm would make now are so bizarre because I'm just in a place where I'm in an abyss of happiness. And um, I will say, as you meditate every day, once you get to 70, 80, 90 days in, it's like you worked out every day for 90 days. It's like now you're just a fit person. Now you're always energized. Well, that's the same with meditation. I mean, I'm meditating 2 hours a day, and I find myself just in a state of bliss and in a state of power and in a non-victim state, and I'm not worried about the world. So part of me was like, if I keep making a video every day, it'll just be crazy because I'll just be sitting here like, do you ever have it when you're in the fourth level of the abyss and then you go to the ninth level and you start to feel even more blissful and you realize that all is one and that you're one with every. I just start looking crazy if someone came on and saw this as the first video. So I started going, I guess these insights are for me. And maybe I'll just wait till I have an insight that I can share with the public and not make a video every single day anymore. And then a friend of mine who's been following my videos named Daisy wrote on my wall, she wrote, "No more daily videos." And I was just like, in a joking way, I was just like, you look like you're telling on me. Like, and I wrote her that, and she said that the videos really helped her in a lot of ways. And I was so touched by that. So I'm saying that because I just want to say hi to Daisy, and that I have been feeling so good today. Just that this is going to sound crazy, but I've been crying driving as I'm just finding new edges of myself and feeling so free. And so I felt like, even though I'm going to go to work and do a flow group here very shortly, I felt like getting another video in, even though I just came back from the gym and I feel like, I don't know, I feel internally free. I feel like outside I'm all sweaty and haven't showered or anything yet. But one of the things I was thinking of is you hear a lot of people and a lot of speakers talk about, going to a place of gratitude and making gratitude lists and stuff like that. And it does really do a lot. But one of the things I'm discovering through meditation is that gratitude isn't a tool that I need to use to get into a zone. It's what I am. And as I meditate and I sit, what happens is when thoughts come up and they show up and they keep being here, as I stay with it, I'll feel this tension or something like that. And whatever is coming up is starting to leave. And every time when something leaves, what is revealed is that I am gratitude. What's revealed is this freedom and bliss that is just more and more open, and that I am in a place of just appreciation. It's not a tool that you use, in a manipulative sense to get something. Like, wow, I'm not making enough money. Maybe I should make a journal of why I'm thankful for everything. Yeah, that works. That stuff is totally true. If you do that, you'll get those things. But the problem is you're still in a place where you're trying to get those things versus unveiling what you are under that. And all of the pain and limitations are taught things that were conditioned in you while you were already on this planet. They weren't something that you were genetically coded with, all that pain. What that pain is, I believe, is that you learn it. You learn how to chase love from your parents. You learn what society told you is true. And that's where we're wearing this false outside story, where when we just sit and allow ourselves to connect and meditate and just connect with ourselves, all this stuff comes up. When you sit by yourself, you'll have things come, oh, I can't do this, da 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 da, whatever. And you start seeing these thoughts are lies, and then they leave. And then you feel sometimes this weight, like an iceberg coming up on your chest, and then leaving and falling off. And what I know now is now every day when I meditate 2 hours a day, I'll just sit there and I just start off in a place of gratitude, and maybe 45 minutes in, my mind will go, you know what, we could stop now. And I know, oh, there's a limitation coming in. And I'll hear the we can stop now. We can just say, screw this, forget it. And I'll just sit there and feel this, no, Kyle, why don't you stop? And that's ego tricking me, ego convincing me that we've done enough. We don't need to keep connecting to our soul. You know, if we, look at how we're doing great. We've meditated every single day. We don't need to keep going. That's where the trick is. That's where ego comes in and tricks you. And so I just stay with it. And then it's like, I said we need to quit, and I just stay with it. I just stay there. Kyle, we need to stop. We need to go check our Facebook. We need to whatever. And then it starts falling apart. It just like turns into Trump when he's like losing in the polls. It's just like, you guys, we have to, and it just keeps falling, right? And then looking crazier. And then I noticed that voice that wanted me to quit, that was doing it nicely and sounded like my friend, that's like, we should quit. Then I just sit there and love that. I love that voice and go, I know what you are. You're society telling me that I don't need to really stick with what I'm here to stick with. I know that you're this thing. And I just love it. And then it goes, Kyle, we need to, and I just sit there and love it. And then it dissolves into me. It's just a little kid that's trying to stop me from, it's scared that if I keep connecting to my soul, that what I thought that I was is going to die. What I thought that I was, this limitation is going to die. So I sit there and I meditate and I connect to myself. And I feel this thing go, no, Kyle, and then it just like falls off of me like an iceberg. And I reveal even more light comes through me, and I feel even more gratitude. So that's what happens. And then I find myself just driving around like on the verge of tears or actually crying. There's a really important place that I went to a year ago called the Hoffman Institute. And a dear friend of mine, actually 2 friends of mine are there right now. And I'm thinking about some of what they're going through and experiencing right now, and it was making me cry. And I was just thankful, because one of the reasons I was crying is I realized that one of the things that you get when you go there, and when you go to my events too, is my goal in life is for you to see how loved you are, for you to experience the love that I have felt in myself, and I'm always trying to show other people. Because there's times where I'll just be like pouring love on people, and I really mean it unconditionally. I don't want anything, and they are so convinced that they don't want to let that in, because that would mean death to the story of the limitation that they had held up to stop themselves from feeling love. And my friends are at Hoffman right now going through this amazing process, and I know what they're doing, and I can't say anything about what it is so that it's a surprise for people who want to go. But I just left a voicemail for one of them that they can't even hear till the end of the week, and just said, I'm just so happy I know what you're going through right now, and it just makes me so happy, because I know the pain that's being released from you and the bliss on the other side. And that's just what I'm here to do on the planet, is do that for me. And then as I experience it, all I want to do is show it to everybody, because it's so important to me that you know that you can feel this level of unconditional love. It's what you are. It's gratitude, it's love, it's what you are. And the only thing stopping it is you wanting to hold on to that old identity that chased very conditional love from your parents, because they got conditional love from their parents. So you're in strategy going, when I do this, I'll get love. When I get that promotion, I'll get love. When I get the money, I'll get love. And you are love. And as I sit here and allow myself to let these thoughts and these pains come up, they just leave, and I suddenly reveal this crazy freedom and light. And I'm just sitting here crying, going, God, like, I'm so thankful. I am just thankful. I don't need to like start a gratitude list of why. I am thankful. That's what my name is. That's what I am. And you got to just do the work a little bit, and you will reveal. It's like going to the gym and revealing that you're fit, right? The fat is just unnecessary extra stuff. I mean, some fat is needed, but like it's the same in our mind. This is the fat. And when you meditate, you're letting this fat fall off and go to your heart and reveal the core of what you are. And you are gratitude. So it's not a thing you need to do. It's what you are. And you need to reveal that by just being with yourself a little bit and letting those problems and illusions that you think are problems, those thoughts of limitation, see that they're okay and loved, and let them fall away. So thanks to Daisy for giving me gratitude and opening me up to keep making these videos, because I was just kind of thinking, I'm making these videos, but do people care? I know they like them, but I needed that little thankful push from Daisy, because I'm making these and going, am I just doing this myself, or do you guys like this or whatever? And so I'm so thankful to get that. And, that appreciation knocked me back into mine, and let's keep going. So thanks so much.